It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. We'll get a look at Joe Burrow. Solid performance.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45. The Cowboys taking the field on offense, and for a 7th season, it's Dak Prescott who brings him out. And Dak going to start out going to the air. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one, and let him know they'll be back the very next series.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. Score that tackle for loss to the Wyoming alumnus, Logan Wilson.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man run. It's complete. He'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Here's Prescott. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Sam Hubbard just continues to quietly produce for the Bengals. He plays the run, but he can also rush the passer, and had 7.5 sacks in 2021.
That is caught by Lamb. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn. Final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Elliott will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they get it done.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Week 2 underway around the NFL, and a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener, the 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat, Monday night doubleheader, Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern, and then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Much like that of just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bucs. They lead here as well as they come up on 1st down. To throw is Prescott. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Now Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Here we go. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he will have a 1st down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. To the air again, Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Now Burrow on first down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
To throw again on second down. Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Burrow. And that will be incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. They go to Elliott again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Pinheiro's extra point up and good. That makes the score 21-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on third down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he is going to lose yardage here. Across the line and to the ball quickly there, Trey Hendrickson. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Flush to his right. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This has been a rough one to put it mildly for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. The defender gets there, and it's a touchdown.
Holding, defense.
So they obviously decline that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it is 28-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A nice tiny little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick return, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video... So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Elliott. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.